There I am. What I said was that cabinet's still back there. Good morning. Good morning. My nose is itching. Oh my goodness. Oh, allergy season is upon us. For sure. I'm gonna opt for a drink of water real quick. I have a beam of light right here. All right. That was good water. I've also got my coffee right here. Good morning. I've got my good morning coffee. Mm-mm-mm. It's a little too hot for me right now. I'll have to let it cool off a little bit, and then I'll get to seriously drinking that coffee. Now, I don't know if you just heard the mower start. I don't know what proper neighbor etiquette is, but I don't start my mower at 8 in the morning. I don't play music at 8 in the morning, just in case. So, my neighbor's out there getting a good start on the day before the heat gets here. I totally get it. I totally get it. He didn't wake me up. I was already up. So, it's all right. All right, let's get over here to this chat. I see Hawkins Family Adventures. Good morning. Riza's here. Good morning. Desert Adventures in Arizona. Good morning. I'm scrolling down. Inspired to Wander. Good morning. Jeffrey is here. Good morning. Lily T. Good morning. It is so good to see you all. I have missed you all a lot. A whole lot. I'm still looking at my chat over here. D9 is here. Good morning. Good morning. Oh, Lily's passing out coffee. Scrolling, scrolling. Yep, there I was muted and then I'm not. Oh my goodness. Oh no, Lily woke up at 3:30. You know, I was up at 3:15 with Doug, and then I looked at him and I said, I'm gonna go back to bed till 6. So I set my alarms for 6 o'clock. Normally on Mondays and Wednesdays I just stay up. As y'all know, once in a while I sleep through my alarm. But not today. I needed the rest today. Desert Adventures says my neighbors hear me early too, and they know why it's hot, right? Yeah, I don't begrudge him at all out there. I hope he's had coffee, and I hope he's got iced tea or something to drink when he goes back in. Oh, Nancy says where she lives, the outside work starts at 8 a.m. and house repairs start at 8 a.m. Yeah, yeah. All right. Well, how have y'all been? We have had the week off, and I'm glad to be home. I'm glad to be home. Doug spent money and time I'm getting comfortable doing truck repairs so we'd have a good trip. Didn't have a single bit of trouble with the engine. The engine was spot on. I mean, but for the first time ever, we had radiator issues in the truck. Totally unexpected. Wasn't anything that showed up in the pre travel checks, and we ended up we didn't make it the day we left. So my dad's funeral was on Sunday at 2. We left Saturday at 4, and that would have put us there around 9:10 in time to say hi, get some hugs, and go to bed. Instead, we had car trouble and 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 car trouble. We made it halfway. At 9 o'clock, we were not even halfway there. So we pulled into a Walmart parking lot and we just spent the night there. And Doug wasn't sure that's what he wanted to do, but I'm like, look, we finished the part of the traveling where there's shoulder to pull over on. We're getting ready to hit the country roads, and there's no shoulder, and it's dark. I think it's safer here. So we did spend the night there, and then we hit the road again, and we made it. Oh, I think we left that parking lot at 7 in the morning. We were up at 5. We just weren't ready to go. So, and we got there right at 1 o'clock. So we had time for a quick shower and um, and head out to the funeral. So it all worked out. It worked out. We weren't late to anything, and I played music at the funeral, and it was my first experience with this that happened. I've played outside many times. I've played at many festivals and get-togethers, outdoor parties, but this is a wind instrument, right? Meaning you blow into it, you cover the holes, and that's what makes your note. Well, it was windy. And when the gust of wind would come up, it would go across these holes and play notes I wasn't trying to play. So the first time through the song, I was trying to face them because, sound dissipates when you're outdoors. But it was just, the wind was not being kind. So finally, I just turned my back to them and played where the wind gust hit my back instead of my little flute here. And that worked. And yes, there were questions. Why did you turn around? So I spent some time explaining that to everybody. But yeah, so it was quite the stressful journey. Poor Doug, he handled it very well. He handled it well. And on the trip home, what should have been a 5 to 6 hour trip, it was 13 hours to get home. I didn't know. I mean, it's you don't get mad at anybody. It's just the situation is stressful, right? And it's hot, and I've got Buddy, and I'm trying to keep Buddy cool. And so I decided, okay, on the trip home, I've got my headphones. I'm just going to put my headphones on, and I'm going to watch Netflix. So for 13 hours, Netflix was going on my phone. And if I felt Buddy and he felt hot to touch or warm, I'd take a bottle of water and give him a sponge bath. He did not like it, but it cooled him off. And because there's no air conditioning in the truck, we've got our wings, which work great as long as you're moving. But when you've stopped, that's when you have issues with heat. So it was yeah. There's a new radiator in the truck now, a new old radiator until we get a new radiator arrives. Um, but I felt so bad for Doug because he had invested so much money and so much time into making sure that truck was running good and we weren't going to have any problems. And we didn't engine wise. It was totally unexpected. And I felt really bad for him because he was stressed. Well, let's see here. Crossover Paranormal Society, good morning. Good morning. It was something else. Yes. Um, it Sorry, I'm getting distracted. I'm trying to look through my chat here. Busby says the only songs I know on a flute is Hot Cross Buns and Mary Had a Little Lamb. Mary Had a Little Lamb is the first song I learn on any instrument that I pick up. Let's see. There's She Devil Adventures. Good morning. on Daryl Adventures. Good morning, Ron. Thanks for being here. All right. So, um, we got the trains here. So I'm excited about that. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, um, he was into model train, and I think there's like four different sizes of trains and tracks in there. I'm going to have to study up. I don't know the model train lingo and what's this and what's that called and what size is this called. I don't know those things. Um, but we'll be going through and sorting them out, making sure they're sorted by size and everything of one size is together and then another size together. I don't know. I think it's pretty much sorted, but I just don't know. And we were so tired from the trip that it's just going to be a little bit before we get in there and dig through them all and make sure they're separated. And but one of the things that we're going to do, whoa, that was not an earthquake. That was me leaning on my edge of my computer instead of my desk. It's okay. It's okay. Um, is we're going to build some dioramas and scenery, and it came with some. But there's some parts that we're going to um, build ourselves just for fun, just for the fun. I like to do paper mache, so I'm looking gonna see what would be doable with paper mache. There's a kit in there to build a waterfall, but I'm not. We didn't open it to see what it is. So it's going to be an adventure all on its own. So yeah, it'll be fun. Sandra's getting ready to go to work. Goodbye. Thank you for being here. Have a great day. Let's see. Let's scroll up. Busby Adventures. Good morning. Scrolling up. Scrolling up. All right. Week of all. Good morning. All right, so what else has been going on? I got to see family I hadn't seen in years, and that's always, a good part. Even though if you're there for a sad reason, it's good to get to see everybody, and that was great. Um, I'm still exhausted. I'm still exhausted. I am feeling physically better than I was last time you saw me. But we're just exhausted, and so like I'm just gonna. I already know I'll need the week to rest after the trip on a good trip when everything works fine and you get everywhere you're going on time. Um, so yeah, I love the sound of trains too, and we live by a switchyard. So we hear lots of trains. We hear a lot of trains. We hear a lot of bangs and booms. Sometimes you think it's thunder and you go outside and it's the trains switching over there, backing up and whatever it is they're doing. I don't know what they're doing exactly, but it can be quite noisy. And on humid days, when there's lots of humidity in the air, it sounds like they're right outside the door. It does. It sounds like they're right outside the door. Behind on my water. This is my first water of the day, and I'm only right there. Yeah, I'll get it in though. I'll get it done. So one thing. One thing that we did get done after we got home is we got the great big desk moved out. It is moved out. I have room here in my office again. So when people come to our house, they're like, this is weird. But it's weird for a reason because I teach music. I work at my desk all day when I'm not doing that. And of course, editing videos. I do that at my desk. And so what we've ended up doing is you walk in to my office. It's no longer a living room. It is my office. So the pianos in here, the guitars and the banjos and the whistles and the mandolins and all the things are over there. And I'm over here at my desk, and we've just made this the office. So, do we have furniture? As in couches, recliners? Yes, we do. But they're back in the back. You don't see it unless we go back there. So in my office, the furniture is my office chair. I did buy a rocker just recently. It's tiny. It fits me. So it's for me. And if I get weary of this chair, I can switch out and bring the rocker over here, and I can sit in the rocker and work on the computer over here on this table, which is lower than my desk is. These things matter. Your back gets tired. And yeah, so I have room in here again. And we just break out folding chairs. We have folding chairs, and that's what we use in here are the folding chairs. And it works out great for us. For what we're doing here all day, it works out great for us. Um, we have 3 bedrooms here, so we made the we moved our bedroom, so we're now in a smaller bedroom, and the biggest bedroom is now our we call it the den, where the uh, couch and the recliners are back there, and a TV. Now I do have a TV here in my office, and sometimes I have some shows going while I'm working, so it works out pretty good. It works out pretty good. Let's see, I'm scrolling up. Yes, emotional and physical exhaustion really can drag you down. It sure can. Debbie F., good morning. Good morning. Busby says, I live near crossings and they blow the horns all night and day. Yes, they do. And I live near a crossing as well as being near a switch yard. And we're not close enough that we hear the ding, ding, ding of the crossing, but we do hear the horns as they go through. Let's see. There's Sandra going to work. There's Alan Schaefer. Good morning. Good morning. One of the things, and I haven't figured out how to do this yet, we need to know the train schedule for the ones that cross the bridge over the Mississippi. Because how cool of a video would that be to have the train coming over the bridge? And on all the other tracks, there's trains like every 15 minutes all day long. But I don't know what the timing is. The one that there's multiple tracks, if that makes any sense, they might be on an inside or an outside track. We have figured out that it's the outside track that comes from across the bridge, and the inside track just goes on through. So it comes across the bridge on a over the Mississippi, and then it goes into a tunnel. So we went on a little hiking excursion down. We didn't go to the tunnel. We were up on the hillside still looking down at the tunnel, trying to scope out what would be a good place to set up the camera to do that without being down there at the bottom of the ravine where the train is, um, but up on the hillside. where we can still get a good shot. So both of those are on our checkoff list of videos to capture. We just got to figure out, you know, when that is. And, I had somebody tell me just look up their schedule, and I did, and I couldn't figure it out. Couldn't figure it out. So it's going to take some trial and error. And, we don't live where we can see the river. So it's not like we can just kind of monitor and see, okay, that time a train came over at 8. Okay, this time a train came over at 11. We're not where we can write them down to see if it's the same times every time. But we'll get it figured out somehow. Or we'll just get lucky one of these days. That'll probably be the case. Retroactive, good morning. Good morning. Rambling Rocketeer. Woke up at 3:20 for a quick bathroom break. To hear everyone talking about choo-choos. We love trains. Oh, and there's going to be, they're calling it, oh, now I forgot what they're calling it. It's on my Facebook page. Let's see. I shared it there. So let's go find it. It is, I want to say the one time, but I don't. Okay. Let's work. There we go. It's called, oh, it's the 1.1 million pound train called the Big Boy. And it's, I can't see that it's a steam locomotive, but it's one of those older engines that's the big, huge one. Um, and it's doing a U.S. tour. And so there's an article there that tells where it's going to be stopping. And it isn't going to be stopping here or anywhere within a driving distance to go see. And it's going to be doing what they're calling whistle stops along the way, but it doesn't say when and where. So I don't know that we'd be able to catch that one, but it really would be neat to be able to do that. It sure would. Let's see. Okay, I'm scrolling, but I can drink my coffee now. Let's see. Oh, there comes some weather reports. Let's look at that. Debbie says it's 84 there, 54% humidity, and sprinkling. All right. Boy, we need some rain. We got some, but we need more. Nancy says Ava train schedules are approximate. Amtrak is notoriously late. Oh, Busby says I saw one like that in Benson, Arizona. Nancy says, yes, the Big Boy. It'll be near Sacramento in July, and I'm going. Oh, well, I hope you get some video because I would love to see it. Rambling Rocketeers and groggy with blurry eyes because it's only 3:30 in the morning there. It's 8:30 here. Oh, Steve says, Desert Adventure says, I saw the Big Boy steam locomotive come through Arizona a few years ago. Totally awesome. Nancy says, Big Boy is the world's largest steam locomotive. Oh, so it is a steam engine. It didn't say that anywhere in that article, but it looks like a steam engine, but it didn't have the tall stack that I'm used to seeing with the steam engines, trains. Um, so I wasn't sure. So that's good to know. Leslie says, yes, it stopped in Benson. Ramblin' Rocketeer says, love the Big Boy. I have the original drawings of the engine. Nice. Nice. Well, it's going to be coming through. It'll be coming through Missouri, but it'll only be doing whistle stops. It's not one of the scheduled stops for, like, tourists to come and meet it and spend some time with it. But I don't know. I'm keeping my fingers crossed. I'm keeping my fingers crossed. And in the picture, it looks like it has a couple of passenger trains attached to it. So I don't know. The big boy was a workhorse during World War II. Nice. Oh, look at that! Ramblin' Rocketeer says my grandpa designed the engine. Oh, wow. That is awesome. That's amazing. So I showed it to Doug, and he said he had seen one like it. He doesn't know that it was that one particular one that he saw, but they've seen tracks come through Ely, Missouri, when he was little, and when his dad was little. They would drive him through on their way to use them for movies, right? They would just take the train there, and then they'd see them when they went back to wherever they came from. Um, Ramblin' Rocketeer says that explains my obsession for choo-choos. I am still, since I was a little girl, I've got excited when I see cows, horses, and trains. I still get excited when I see cows because it reminds me of home. And I still get excited when I see horses. I love horses. I love to ride. Um, and I still get excited over trains. Every single time I'm excited about trains. And yes, they will still, if you do this, they will still honk for you. Ask me how I know. Okay, so I was looking up the temperature. It's 79 here right now. And it's going to be, uh, oh my goodness. Do you ever just look at your temperature forecast and cry about it? Well, we're going to be 96 today, but we're going to be in the hundreds tomorrow. So, wow. And we're in the 90s, low 80s for looks like the rest of the summer, but actually it's just the next 2 weeks because that's as far as I can scroll to see. Oh, yeah, every year we have a week or two where we stay in the hundreds and it's miserable. Where we are here in Missouri, we have very high humidity along with those high temperatures. And what it does it feel like? It feels like you're melting. It feels like, I'm thinking about that hot temperature, and now my hair on my neck is bugging me, and I want to put my hair up. Just in anticipation. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's see. Vespa says Thomas the Train and the Little Train That Could. Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, here's a question. Here's a question. Thank you. Yeah, that reminded me, Busby. That reminded me. I am wanting to get on Amazon, or I've looked on Amazon, I've looked on eBay. I can't remember. It's children's books, but specific children's books. Um, I'm trying to remember what, I don't know if they were scholastic or what they are, but they're the kind that when our kids were little, we read to our kids. So they're these little thin books with the gold colored binding, and you just read through. They weren't real long. They had really pretty pictures for the kids or the babies, toddlers to look at while you read to them. They were kind of a not hardback per se, but kind of cardboardy on the front cover, on the front and the back. So they weren't paperback, but they weren't like a hard copy book like you knock on it and it's really hard. Um, but I can't remember. Everything I find is not what I'm looking for, and I don't know what to specifically call them to look them up. Now I'm sure they were a brand, Now, when I was in elementary school, and we did book orders, it was Scholastic that I books was the brand. They all said that on it. These weren't ordered through school. These were just you went to the store and they were there on the book rack. Um, so I don't know. I'm trying to figure this out because I want to get some of these books, and I just have to keep looking. You know how it is when you're searching for something and you can't find it, and so you stop for a little while, and then all of a sudden it starts popping up, right? But that hasn't happened yet. Or if it has, they're not the ones I'm looking for. Um, Steve says, I love to watch the machines the track workers use to maintain the tracks. They were doing a lot of work here a couple of weeks ago. 8 of the big boys still exist, but only one is in working condition, and that's the one that will be crossing the country. Ramblin' Rocketeer says we have a permanent layout in the living room with 3 trains we play with. Never gonna grow up. Me either. Um, yeah, it got hot fast. I agree with She Devil. Yes. Um, Lily says, Ava, I already have my hair up. I've had my hair up quite a bit on this trip. So the problem I had on this trip was overheating. So I got overheated on the trip down because when we would stop, there's no air. I got overheated there. We were there at the cemetery. I got overheated in the garage, going through the train boxes, and we condensed some together, um, and then I mean, watching Doug load the truck, it was like a game of Tetris, and I'm not even kidding. And he was amazing. He was amazing. If you ever need stuff packed into a small space, have Doug do it because he is amazing. Golden books! Yes! Debbie! Yes! Golden books! Thank you so much. That is it. That is it. I'm going to write this down. Oh my gosh. I couldn't think of it for anything. I tried. Golden books. Yes. All right. Now I know exactly what to punch in to find what I'm looking for, hopefully. Hopefully. Awesome. Yes, they were cardboard. Yes. Lily says, I remember those. Well, my armrest just flipped right off my desk, so I'll just put it over there. I got excited about the golden book. Oh my gosh. That is it. Exactly. Exactly. So now that I know what to type in, I'll be looking for some of those. Yes. Ramblin' says my grandpa had so many trains running throughout his house and engineered Lionel trains to weave up and down their 3-story house. That is awesome. That is awesome. One of the things that we'd like to do, I mean, once we figure out how to set them up and everything, is all these switch control boxes and stuff. Um, we'll just have to figure things out as we go. Hopefully, I don't know, but yeah. But anyway, one of the things that we plan to do is share these at the nursing homes. And while Dad has some huge layouts that take up multiple rooms, we're not going to start as beginners trying to set those up. We're going to start smaller, and at Christmas time, oh my gosh, When you collect one thing, it leads to another. Because here I am about to say something. Maybe at Christmas time we can come up with some Christmas village type things to run the trains through. Do we have any of that? No. Yeah, but it would be nice. It would be really nice. But for now, we'll use what we have because that's what we're going to do. But and we're going to build some new things as well. That will be so neat having them running through multiple levels of the house. One thing we found when we were going through boxes is we found a Christmas train, the bigger Christmas train. But then we found one that is made to go in your Christmas tree, and the track goes around and around, and you run the train, and it goes from the bottom up to the top of the tree. I've never seen anything like that. Nancy says, "Yes, Debbie, I think you're right. Golden books. Yes. Google old children's books. That's what I was doing, and I just wasn't coming up with what I was. It was because I was looking for something specific, and some of the titles that I'm going to be looking for were there, but they weren't. They weren't what I was looking for. And I know that's being picky, but yes, it's the golden books that I'm looking for. Have a great day, Jeff. Let's see here. Let's see. Oh, we got happiness going on. Happiness, happiness. Well, you know what? Knowing now what to call those books, golden books, makes me very happy, and I agree. So here we go. Oh yeah, nice, 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 nice. Um, no, that was not what I meant to do. We don't need it again. We don't need it again. Oh. Old train sets can bring big money these days. They're coming back again. Yeah, I have the last set that was purchased. My mom bought my dad, and I remember that phone call. She called me, and she's like, "We're at this sale, and there's a train. I think I'm wanting to get for your dad." And she told me how much it was. She's like, "Is that too much money?" And I'm like, "No." Not if it's one he wants, and he'll use it. So yeah, and I know how much that set costs. Yeah, um, but the others I don't know. But yes, it is coming back, and there's a train club. The next town over, there's a in Illinois. There's a train club, and that I don't know. We probably need to figure a few things out before we even attempt to associate with them because they know what they're doing. Um, so we need to at least figure out what to call what we have. Like I know HO is a size, And there are HOs in there because I know that because it said it on the box. Um, so yeah, but I got to figure out what everything is, or at least measure some stuff or something. So I kind of know what I'm talking about, kind of, even though I don't. But that's how you start, right? Because you don't know what you're talking about, you just love them. So loving them counts for something, right? Pippi is learning the leash really good now. That is awesome. That is awesome. Nancy says, wow, I'd love to see the train that encircles the Christmas tree. So I imagine you'd have to arrange your ornaments where they don't interfere. You'd have to have like a layer of track, layer of ornaments, layer of track, to where none of the ornaments are interfering. You'd have to have so much space between your ornaments and your track so your train people could. That one takes some engineering. Doug could do it. Doug could do it. Um, oh yeah. Oh yeah. Do, 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 do. Oh no! Busby says Oscar's in the teething stage and has been chewing up everything he can get a hold of. There's a commercial right now. I'm not seeing it on TV. I'm seeing it here on the computer in places. Um, Might have been on Hulu. I don't know. But anyway, it's a commercial, and the delivery guy comes, and this dog runs out the dog door. The guy's upstairs shaving, so he's got like shaving cream everywhere. And but he heard the doorbell, so he's got his doorbell cam on his phone. So he turns, looks at that, and he sees the package, and he sees the dog come running out the dog door, and the dog grabs the package, and he just starts shaking it, running and shaking it for all he's got. And the guy's upstairs going, no! So he's getting dressed, and he's wiping his face off, and he comes out, and by the time he gets down the stairs, the dog's already laying there, and the package is all torn up, and he's chewing on a new dog toy that came in the mail. It's really cute. Christina, the Dice is Crazy Adventure. Good morning. Good morning. Oki loves that video. Thank you. Leslie says he chewed up his new harness the second day we had it. I'm only laughing because I've been there. Oh my gosh, I've been there. Buddy did really good on this trip. Of course, what we do is we take his dog bed with us, and so in the pickup truck, it's a bench seat. So Doug's driving. You can't see my hand. Doug's driving. He's by this window. I'm by this window, and the dog bed's between us. So Buddy just was in his bed the whole time. He did great. He did really great. We did buy him some doggy diapers. Now, that was an adventure. He did really good. The day before we left, I had him practice wearing them because I didn't know if he would tear them up or what he would do. But he did really good. And the reason we got doggy diapers is at night, sometimes he wakes you up and you go out, and sometimes, you know, he just stands up and he goes before you can get yourself out of bed to take him out. And so I didn't want that to happen at someone else's house on their furniture. When it's your own dog, it's your own house, you're like, oh, poor baby, and you take the blankets off and you'll wash them. But it doesn't happen often, but it does happen. So he wore doggy diapers all 3 nights that we were there. And he did fine. He did just fine. And he didn't fuss with them at all. And he was comfortable, and it just made it stress free. It just made it stress free. And he did great. I was proud of him. He did really, really good. Challenge. Yes, the challenge is this Wednesday, so it's in 2 days. 2 days is the challenge, and it is um, gardening, plants, house plants, outdoor plants. What have you got growing on? What have you got? What have you got? I mean, it's summertime. Um, my seeds all survived not being watered while we were gone, and things are coming up. They're looking good. Um, the green beans are doing the best, I think. The green beans are the best. But my lettuce is up, my Swiss chard is up, the green beans are fabulous. Um, the zucchini's up, the cucumbers are up. I got 4 tomato plants and they're doing great. No, we were going to put tomato cages over our tomatoes. We always do that. But Doug pointed out there's nothing to tie them to. So if a gust of wind comes up and they're only in a flower pot, it's likely to knock everything down and damage my plants, my tomatoes. So this year, I'm going to try it without the tomato cages. And I'll either like it or I won't. Right? It won't be what I'm used to, but I'm just going to be happy I have them, and we'll see what's going on. And I cannot wait. I can't wait to have some fried green tomatoes. Oh, oh, so good. So my thinking is I have 4 plants. I was going to get 5, but I saw how much they were, and so I only got 4. Plants were really expensive this year. I've never seen them that expensive. Holy cow. So I would have blown my plant budget. So I went with seeds, which takes a little longer, but it's exciting seeing them come up and watching them grow. So it's okay. It's okay. Um, but there's already some blooms going on. But anyway, I was going to get 5. So I had to down that size that to 4. So I'm thinking 2 of those will be for just picking green tomatoes and eating them, frying them up and eating them. And the other 2 will be for letting them get ripe and just eating them and having them on sandwiches and salads. And I didn't get any baby cherry tomatoes, but I'll live. I'll live. I usually just pick them and eat them anyway. I don't save them for anything. Um, the blackberries are getting ripe, so I'm picking blackberries and eating them. And then when they're done this year, we're going to trim everything down. It's all going down and let them start over, which means we won't have any berries next year, but it'll be all right. It'll be all right because they are huge out there, and this looks a little out of control. So we gotta rein it in, get it under control, give them a fresh start. Um, let's see here. So you can email those pictures are to Ava Potterfield and Friends at gmail.com. There's our email address right there. And it does need to be photos and not videos. And I'll load those into StreamYard and have that for presentation. And I'm excited. I love doing show and tell, and I love doing the challenge days. They're so much fun, and I appreciate everybody who participates in that and makes it fun for everyone. And there's the email that there. Right over there. Here it comes again. Right there. Yeehaw. So, oh my gosh, I haven't even played an instrument other than my flute at the funeral in over a week. I did practice some whistle yesterday at usually with the Irish group. I play my fiddle. I used to carry my tenor banjo as well, but the more you carry, the harder it is on your body, which is not something you think about when you feel good. But I have just not felt like carrying anything extra. And there's been nights when holding that fiddle up um, wore me out. So I've been taking my fiddle and my whistle and playing some tunes on the whistle. And I had four different people last time I was there. I played that whistle as much as I could. Um, I say it that way because for my fiddle, I have almost everything memorized. But on my whistle, I don't, because if you don't practice it, you don't remember, right? And I've been focusing on my violin and my uh, mandolin this last year. So I hadn't even played that instrument in a long time. So I have to have sheet music. As long as I have music to get me started, I'm okay. But anyway, I had four different people at session at the pub last time come up and tell me, you need to be playing that whistle more often. That was awesome. So when I first started, whistle was my instrument. It's what I played everything on. I played Irish whistle for probably 5 years now, maybe more, and love it. I still have always practiced it. The last 2 years when I haven't felt good, I will say I've only practiced what I needed to be practicing to play well when I'm performing, right? I thought I was performance focused practicing. And so this year I'm going to be focused on fun stuff practicing, if that makes any sense at all. So my whistle is going to be a big part of that. My Irish whistle, penny whistle, they call them too. And yeah, so I'm excited about that because I love that little instrument. It's just a happy little instrument. Let's see here. If he would do that, she tears everything up. Puppies. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Um, Oscar had a bed until he chewed that up too. I was watching a video the other day and it was just like a compilation of all the times this dog had destroyed everything. And I just had to laugh so hard because we had a beagle. His name was Biscuit. You could buy him a new toy and it would last 2 minutes because his joy was to take the squeaker out. He wanted to take that squeaker out. Now, our basset hound, he it was a squeaker toy, it was a fish. And that became his security fish. He slept with that fish for probably 12 years. We still have it. It was his baby. And then we had a Doberman, Cookie. She destroyed 2 couches, a chair, every dog bed ever. And it's like, I'll never forget the feeling the first time you walk in the door and you have no idea how much fluff is stuffed into couch cushions until you see it unstuffed. It's everywhere. It was everywhere. Yeah, so as we're walking out, we're like, oh, this is the first time we're leaving her home alone. I wonder how she's going to do. And we found out. And then Dooley. Dooley was my therapy dog, but he was afraid of storms. He would stress chew during storms. And one time, it was a pub night, and it was storming. And when we got home, he had chewed through. I don't mean a hole in the wall and stuck his head through. I mean, he was a big boy. He was waist high on me. He was a big dog. So that means he could stand up and reach almost to the top of the wall, right? He started at the bottom and he did like corn cob. So when I say he chewed through the wall, what I actually mean is he took out the laundry room wall. Then he took out the closet wall. Yeah, yeah, and some other things. So yeah, we've had some grand adventures with dogs. loved every one of them. But yes. Woo. Let's see. See. I'm scrolling. A small trellis. We'll keep that in mind. Right now, they're just kind of sitting there growing. They're happy little tomato plants. They are happy little tomato plants. Christina says, I have too many tomatoes still in the house. Christina, I'm totally going to follow your lead on that small greenhouse. And I'm going to have a greenhouse in the house this winter. And I'm going to try to have tomatoes in the house this winter. I'm going to try to get 2 plants for the winter, but I don't know. We'll have to see. Let's see. I'm scrolling. Busby said I started a Facebook group, a Facebook page for my channel, and I think I'm going to start posting Oscar stuff there. Oh, that would be awesome. Nancy's got to go. Have a wonderful day. Scrolling. Is it wrong that I'm laughing so hard of the picture of Fluff everywhere? No, because we walked in the door and we were like, oh. And she's like so proud and happy to see us and just so proud. And then she went and sat on the deflated couch. We laughed. We just laughed. It was funny. It was a shock, but it was funny. And it was not the only couch that happened to. Walls have extra vitamins and minerals. Oh. Oh my goodness. Yeah. The memories, right? The memories. Hey, let's do shout outs for today. It's Monday. And Mondays are a fabulous day because not only is it a new start to a new day, it's a new start to a new week. And I am so happy for this new start to a new week because I'm ready to get back down to business and got my charts all made, fresh charts, mind you, and some new ones as well. And I am ready to focus and hit it hard. So Monday mornings are awesome. So we have the Astute Tourist. He's live every morning. Desert Adventures in Arizona is live 1 hour after me. Van Life Voyages, Box of A&D, Roy and Becky's Travels. I'll be doing a midday break on my meditations, Ava's Meditations and Relaxation channel. Tonight is Monday Moon Gazing with me on Aegis Paranormal. If you're into moon gazing, come on and join us over there. Ron Darrell Adventures. Shout out to Patrick at Have Cheetah Will View and Robert and RV Weekends. I just went blank. I'm looking at a list that doesn't have him on there. RV Weekends. Isn't that great when your mind goes blank? That's why I write them down. I just didn't get them all written down today. And then I'll be live on the Relaxation channel for the overnight if you need something to relax to before you go to sleep or something to sleep to. That is always available over there. And there's the link for Desert Adventures in Arizona. And I'm trying to read the chat while I'm talking. Mangoes. I see Ramblin' Rocketeer's comment there. It's mango season. Yum. Big yum. So, one of my big goals today is laundry. I have not done laundry since we've been home. And so I have laundry from the trip as well as the week we've been home. And I just can't ignore it anymore, people. We're not out of clothes, but there's a mountain of laundry to do. And I got to do dog blankets. And I did do one load of laundry because I washed towels. We wanted some fresh towels. So there you go. But yep, it's laundry day, so I'll be doing laundry. Don't forget that challenge day is in 2 days on Wednesday. So email your pictures in right there, Ava Potterfield and Friends at gmail.com, and I'll get those loaded for Wednesday morning. So I will let you go. Thank you so much for being here and spending this time with me. You all mean so much to us, and we appreciate your friendship and the love that you show us so very much. Let me get over here. There's the bye bye song. There it is right there. Found it. It took me a minute. So, always, always remember that you are an amazing individual and that you have a purpose. There's a reason you are here. You are inspiring others around you, even when you're not aware that you are. And if you or someone you know is struggling right now, just know, and you can remind them also, just know that we can do hard things when we have to, and we can get through. So never give up. Hang on with all you got, and never give up. We love you. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. We'll see you at Steve's 1 hour. Have a great day.